Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/surviving infidelity, where OP finally ghosted his cheating wife. Let's begin. Life is killing me. My wife is most of it. Posted by a deleted Reddit user.
I, 35 male, have been married to my wife, 33, for 9 years. We have 3 young children, 7-year-old girl, 4-year-old girl, and 2-year-old boy. She's a physician, I'm an engineer. We have stupid busy lives, mostly due to her. She's further along in her career than me. I just got promoted to a senior engineering role. She makes more money and also has significantly more time if she so chooses. She could take up to 10 weeks of vacation to my 3 weeks, so she fills that shit out, man. She's always so goddamned ahead. It's so fucking drowning. Vacations are always like we land on Sunday, and I have to work the next day. It deletes the whole purpose. We would already have busy lives with 3 kids, but she has these kids and everything. My oldest is in piano, dance, swimming, Girl Scouts, and skiing. She is also very sickly. She has terrible asthma and allergies. The middle child is in swimming and on her way to her own extracurriculars. I have always expressed it's too much. The wife just throws a bitch fit and we do as she wants pretty much. I have my own health issues. I have rheumatoid arthritis. The shit hurts. Sometimes I flare, especially when stressed. Honestly, most of my stress is my job and wife. She honestly brings me very little peace. This past 4 months did it for me. I was damn near deathly ill in early December from COVID and the flu. I had to take time off work, about 6 work days total. I got really behind. Caught back up in January. In late February, the wife planned a Disney vacation for our girls' birthdays. They pretty much share a birthday. It was great, however, it led to me being behind at work, so I needed time to catch up. See, these vacations are a double-edged sword. I still have shit to do. Well, anyway, this woman decided they also needed a birthday party 2 weeks after the vacation. She spent so much time stressing about it. She never half-assed anything, so we spent so much time preparing for this birthday party. Cleaned the entire house, cakes, catering, card-making, activities. She seriously dedicated an entire week to hosting 34 kids. I don't get why we couldn't do it on Chuck E. Cheese. This party took all of our weekend. Cleaning up for it and then cleaning after. I'm just exhausted. I've expressed my body doesn't keep up with her anymore. She has no calm button. Last night did it for me. I'm chronically behind due to her scheduling nightmare for us. Like she truly is the chief culprit. I was sitting at my home office and I decided to quit. I'm just fucking done. 35 years old crying at 4 a.m. while she's sound asleep, dreaming about 4 months down the line. Her own goddamned husband has been telling her to fucking chill. I still haven't met a kid who has more shit going on than my oldest. The sad thing is, had she just not done this party, I would have still kept this job. I'm just constantly in this fall behind, catch-up bullshit. Like I get I needed more hours than her for less pay, but fuck people, I wasn't making shit money. She just has that much more money and time. I get she worked hard for it, but no way she gets to where she's at if we had as much shit going on as we do now. I pretty much hate my life, 3-story house, 3 kids, beautiful wife, and I absolutely hate my fucking life. She knows I quit last night. Haven't let work know. I can't even do 2-week notice. I'm just fucking frozen in what I guess is depression. I honestly am thinking of just leaving.
OP. It's easier to blame someone else than to acknowledge we have our own problems. In this case, you definitely have a boundary problem. Your wife does not control your life, so if you don't want to do anything, then just say no. You sound really jealous and resentful towards your wife. She sounds like she's working overtime to be a great mom to your children, and here you are moping and sulking in the background like a fucking loser. And now for today's second story. I finally moved out but having sex flashbacks. Posted by Reddit user random username.
TLDR, after 2 months of working on our relationship after I found my wife cheating, we agreed to separate after she didn't stop sleeping and seeing the guy. I'm devastated and not sure where to turn to, UK-based. The last 2 months have been awful. We have a 2-year-old child together. Things weren't perfect between us, but we both worked full-time and have very little of a support network due to location from family. So just got on with life. I knew eventually things would be okay as we planned on moving soon closer to both of our works so we didn't need to travel so much. But never saw this coming. I found my wife had been meeting with people after she had finished work, as she'd been coming home late regularly, blaming the trains and going in on her days off or meeting with her friends. I work from home, so this was easy for her to do. It went unnoticed by me until early December when I saw notifications on a work device from a client way outside of working hours. Well, turns out she's been calling, seeing, and ultimately sleeping with him. I call her out about it. She initially denies everything until I present the evidence, at which point she frantically tries to downplay it. Oh, he's only a client of mine. We meet with them so they spend more in the shop. Context: she works for a luxury retail brand. After a tense few days, I continue the questioning until finally she admits they slept together. We've been married 3 years, known each other for 6. She is my whole world and I've put her first before anything throughout our relationship. I honestly don't want to be with anyone else. This has destroyed me, and initially we agreed to go to couples counseling, which we attended a few times. She agreed to stop and block this guy. I thought things were going in the right direction and was willing to put it down to a mistake. Well, that was naive of me, because she just got more creative at hiding what she was doing even after I begged for honesty. She would go to an appointment such as her nails and then on to her friends, take photos, and call me with her friend in the background. I even chatted with said friend as I know her too, but after probably 30 minutes she then was picked up by this guy and they went for a date at a restaurant. Me thinking everything is fine and not worrying, but looking after our daughter at home while she is cheating again behind my back. This happened as early as Monday this week. I confronted her again after I found out, which wasn't hard because he can't stop messaging her when she's back home. I just can't believe after all we've been through, and how we opened up about everything over the last few months, she couldn't be honest with me and just continued doing everything while telling me we have a chance to work through our faults. She claims she didn't want to hurt me, but instead I've been hurt twice. Believe it or not, I love this woman so much I don't want it to end. I really can't get past the emotion and accept what's happened. She's the one who has asked for formal separation now and plans on still meeting with her new boyfriend she's known for 2 months, whilst throwing out 5 years one down the toilet. I am broken, and I'm so sad for our daughter who I thought we'd be raising as a happy family. Am I stupid to think she will realize her mistake and come back, or is that just me not able to accept we will never be romantically together again? If anyone based in the UK can provide links or places for support, information, groups, I'd appreciate it. I've started one-on-one private therapy, but I need some guys to speak with. Working from home these past years has meant my social life has been non-existent and all I really had was her. Now, for OP's first update. TLDR, a few weeks ago I posted about discovering my wife is having an affair. She's being hot and cold with me, setting boundaries then removing them, being close, then distant. Don't even know how to feel or what to do. Question at the end. I discovered my wife was hiding an affair for the last 2 months. I posted previously when my emotions were high and asking for advice. Since then, I've processed the raw emotions and I started therapy once a week to help deal with everything. At the time we agreed to legally separate and live in the house together as we have a 2-year-old, and other factors such as her immigration status, our finances, etc. It was extremely up and down for a few weeks with both of us giving each other the cold shoulder. However, a few days ago we both had 2 days off and spent the time together like we would have done normally before all this happened. We didn't talk about the elephant in the room and simply lived, and it was so nice. Nice to actually feel like I had my wife back after a year of being solely parents and distancing from each other romantically. It's worth noting I feel like she was like this as I finally went out to see my own friends, wasn't as available as I have been, and replied later to messages that I usually would, so wasn't there for her every request, and started saying no to things I would otherwise have done. The dilemma I have is she's like a yo-yo, as today she's gone to work and been back to the lack of contact, only speaking about our daughter, and has arranged plans to meet this guy after work to go to a restaurant, and I'm 99% sure meet at a hotel to have sex. This may sound insane to some people, but I love this woman. We're both young, I generally care about her and think she's had so much personal trauma she's enjoying having fun. Every time I bring the topic up, I get gaslit. I know things aren't going well for them though as they're always arguing. She's only in it for the money, which this guy doesn't want to give her until she's committed to him, and she won't be as we're still married and she works full-time. I generally feel this will blow up in her face. I've decided to play the more distant but calm dad for the sake of my daughter, whilst pushing for more independent time and staying amicable. It's worked better for my mental health. The reason I haven't left is 1, our daughter, and 2, I see this backfiring and I'm willing to accept her back with a lot of changes and investment into the relationship. Question: how do I navigate a complex situation with my wife? who is having an affair, acting hot and cold, and gaslighting, while still maintaining focus on my well-being and that of our daughter, looking for advice on setting boundaries and dealing with the emotional turmoil. And now, for OP's final update. Hello all, I finally bit the bullet after butting heads with my wife for 3 months. I found out about the affair on Christmas Day. Since then I've come to understand she had multiple affairs with multiple guys. She did settle down with one of them, and I'll call him the affair partner. I made every attempt to split them up through pure anger and jealousy. Eventually they did, and we went on holiday with our little girl and it was great. I knew I didn't have her back, but I was relaxed knowing she wasn't fucking anyone else. Well, no more than a week after we got back, she started messaging her affair partner again, met up secretly, and then I found out. She showed me the texts, and sure enough they were back to their old ways. I've heard phone conversations of her admitting her feelings for him, saying how much she misses him. Well, I immediately packed all my stuff, took my dog and daughter and drove to family. I haven't physically seen her in over a week, only texts. I signed our daughter up to a nursery near me and she's decided to reduce her hours at work to part-time. We've preliminary agreed to share 3 to 4 days between us. I'm so proud of myself of moving away, as it was being rubbed in my face constantly, with him picking her up from the house, only to get shagged in his car, all whilst I looked after our daughter. I don't think she ever expected me to really move out, and it's hitting home hard for her. The biggest issue I cannot seem to move past, even though I'm having therapy, is the almost hourly sex flashbacks, where my brain creates these situations and imagines what they did together. It makes it worse, as we rarely had any intimacy over the past 2 years, and she put it down to not being in the mood post-pregnancy, but that was obviously bullshit. How can I stop this? It's eating me alive. Thank you and stay strong. Moving on helps so much. Don't delay. I wish I did it 3 months ago.
Have your daughter DNA tested to ensure that you are the father. You may not have any doubts, but it will cause no harm to be 100% sure. By now, you should have also gotten an STD test. Also, when you're with your daughter, give her 100% of you. Make those the best memories of her life. She will remember you as the stable parent and love you for it. When your ex has your child, pour yourself into work or schooling, hobbies, sports, running, walking, or whatever keeps your mind busy. Reconnect with your family and friends that you left behind all those years ago. I hope you finally grew a backbone for once in your life. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.